Gorgeous, fabulous week. This is Melissa Dunn. Welcome to the DunnWisdom Morning Show. I am the CEO of M.E.N.D Marketing Network, the founder of DunnWisdom, and a candidate for Lauderhill City Commission seat number 2. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have a very special lineup for you this week, and we are kicking it off with Dr. Shashu Taylor. She is the president and CEO of a nonprofit called M.E.N.D. She's a runner, she's an educator, and an all-around fabulous woman. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Dr. Shashu Taylor. Good morning, Dr. Taylor.
Good morning. How are you doing, Melissa?
I am well. I am well. Hey, you guys, I want to give a special shout out to our technical producer, Natasha Wright, for this fabulous background that she set up for us. Isn't this cute?
Definitely.
I love the new look. Thanks, Natasha. Okay, so what's going on, Dr. Taylor? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am Dr. Shashu Taylor, and I'm a professional educator. I've been a teacher for 17 years in the school board of Broward County. I enjoy teaching. I got my doctorate recently in education because my goal is to be a college professor. So it doesn't matter what age. I like teaching. I just like to, help and see those nuggets grow. And it's so good to see kids that I had a long time ago and see, the things that they remember from me teaching them. So I love teaching. So that's what I do.
Oh, man, we so need that. We need more educators like you who are passionate about teaching. Hey, Joy, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us today. Joy Crawford, one of our faithful viewers. So what is it about teaching that you love so much, Dr. Taylor?
So again, my main thing is, I noticed that when I was younger, I needed a lot of support. And the main thing I like is just seeing a student at first thinking that they can't do it, or because I teach reading. So even in the middle school, there are some kids who struggle with reading, but a lot of them, honestly, who are in my class, they can read. The problem is not that, it's more confidence. So I love just seeing them get their confidence and set goals together and them reaching those goals and then recognizing that, hey, I can do this. So that's like something that's just so exciting because teachers, we don't get paid the most. We don't get paid more, but just that it's rewarding to see them learn and grow and come back years later. I had a student just send me a message about 2 weeks ago. She was like, I don't know if you remember me. My name is Clara. I was in your 3rd grade class. And now she's like going to 10th or 11th grade. And it was just that kind of stuff that warms my heart. That's what it's all about for me.
Oh my gosh. Listen, I remember my 3rd grade teacher. She scared me. And so
I had a scary one too.
well,
Richter,
I mean, I was
nice.
in grade 3, I was in Jamaica. So, it's a whole different system with
All
corporal
part.
punishment and all of that. But I do remember her name is Miss Manning, and I do remember her being the first person to get me to think about the type of person that I wanted to be.
Wow.
She asked me, she's like, Miss Dunn, are you planning to take up space or are you going to make a contribution or something along those lines?
In 3rd grade.
Yeah, and that really planted a seed for me. She scared me, but she planted a seed.
But you remembered that, and that's
yes.
the key.
For sure. So I want to thank you for taking care of our babies. We really
You're
love
welcome.
and appreciate you and all of
You're
our
welcome.
teachers. So how is it going to be different for you going back to school now? I think in Broward County, it's all virtual.
Yes, at least for right now, at least the 1st quarter, and then they'll reevaluate things. We did finish the school year virtual, but now it's a little different for parents out there that may not know. It's more structured because, we got thrown into it. So now I teach middle school, as I stated. So we have like period 1, period 2. So we're actually going to be on the computer each period, whereas before it wasn't like that. It was more just, you might teach a lesson, you would invite the students, but it wasn't, so structured. So now we're more structured. And I mean, I look forward to it. It's different. It's just something that nobody expected. But I like the change. I think it's a good change. But I do look forward to going back because I feel like, we have different kind of learners. There's some kids that did amazing online learning. This was their thing. And then there's some kids that struggle and need face-to-face. So I pray that things calm down and eventually that we can go back before the end of the school year. That's my hope.
What do you think parents can do to prepare their child for this new school year?
Well, the good thing is we kind of already laid the foundation by some parents already getting laptops from schools if they didn't have it. My main thing is what I noticed is sometimes parents thought that students were doing their work because they were just on the computer, but you really need to like actually go and look and see what they're doing, have them show you, compare their work to the assignments that were assigned on Canvas or Google Classroom, whatever that school uses, because that was the main thing. Just, and I know parents are very busy working. Some people have more than one job, but just actually hold them accountable by looking at the work and making sure it aligns with what the teacher assigned, and just communicating with the teacher and the teacher communicating with you. That's key. That's very important. Don't let too much time go by. That's my main advice I would give.
Thank you. That's very powerful. Make sure that you communicate. Hey, Judy, welcome to the show. Thanks for watching, Miss Judy Brown. Ethel says, good morning.
Hi,
yes, Melissa
hey,
Dunn, good morning. Shashu.
I love Ethel.
Yeah, no, she's amazing. She is the real deal for sure, for sure. So, Dr. Taylor, you tell us a little bit about your journey. What's happening with you now? My understanding is that you recently started a nonprofit.
Yes, so the nonprofit M.E.N.D, which stands for Mending, Engaging, Nourishing, Dedicated Families, M.E.N.D Families Corp, started in 2016, and then we became a 501c3 in 2018. And the purpose, the reason why it got started was actually back in 2014, the beginning of 2015, I got a divorce. And, you know, some people know that, some people don't. It was a very painful situation for me. It was very hard for me to get over it. It was a journey for healing. And as time was going along and I was going to different nonprofit events, I went to a teen summit, and I remember being at that teen summit 2 years in a row. And I remember I was like, wow, maybe I can do a divorce summit, like for people, you know, giving them the services that they need for their healing. And then I got with some of my friends, which happens to be my board members. And I remember one of my board members, my treasurer, which is Paula, she said, that's nice that you want to do that event, but where are you going to get the money from? You need to start a nonprofit. And at that time, to be honest with you, Melissa, I was living in fear. I used to be so scared to do stuff. Unless I knew the outcome, I didn't want to do it. And I always said, I'm just a teacher, put myself in this box. I'm not a business person. And then, you know what? At that point, I was like, you know what? I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm going to trust in God. I'm going to surrender to him. And he's going to give me the people that I need. And he did. Every time I had a question or I was like, okay, I don't know what to do next, somebody got sent into my life.
That's so powerful.
Literally a woman named Donna from Black Girls Run. I was going to her grant. I think you know her, right? Do you know her?
Mm-hmm.
I was going to her grant writing classes. And on the last grant writing class, she said, who needs help getting their 501c3 started? I raised my hand. She had one of her students from FIU, and she has passed since then for people that don't know. But she had one of her students from FIU, did my whole process, did not pay a penny.
Look at God.
Okay, so that's how it got started. My whole goal was just basically helping people that's going through painful situations and let them know they can come out on the other side.
You know, you said something really powerful. You said that you felt fear and you jumped anyway.
Yep, finally.
That's such a powerful realization, because a lot of entrepreneurs feel, fear is a natural part of winning, I think. And when we learn to harness it, when we learn to really lean in and use it as a tool for our growth instead of a weapon against us, powerful things can happen.
I agree. Just got to surrender. That's the key thing I have had to understand. Surrender is the thing. If you don't surrender, you don't know what can happen next. And you have to actually literally trust, have faith. And now faith without works is dead. A lot of people want to say they have faith and trust, but you actually have to do work. You can't just sit there and relax.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key
That's so
thing.
true. That's so true, Shashu. And so you felt the fear, you surrendered, you did it anyway. So what kind of services do you offer?
So the main thing, as an example, when I first got started, I'll give you an example. I went to Women in Distress and conducted like a 3-part healing series. So I was going back, every few weeks and workshops. And one of our key events is called the Pain No More event, which our first one was February 2019. And basically, we had a keynote speaker and we had push out groups. And each group that you went to was a different speaker. I handpicked those speakers because I knew their strengths, I know what they've been through. And everybody left there feeling like they took away tangible tools and strategies to help them heal. And like I said, although my main thing was the divorce, people have lost their home, people have been widowed. There are so many things, your dog, you know what I mean? Pain is pain at the end of the day.
Yes, for sure. I mean, Joanna says, what are some of the events or connections that M.E.N.D Families Corp has made in the community?
So, like I said, one was Women in Distress, and also I have some other friends who have their own nonprofits. So I've been asked to go and speak at some of those events or do workshops again. My workshops are all about healing, and because I'm a teacher, I use some of my strategies, which are making sure people are engaged, making sure that they leave with something tangible, keeping them engaged in the workshops, and just giving them. I don't really like to use the word of giving people advice. I more just tell people, hey, this is what I went through. These are the tools that help me. And then based on what they tell me, I may not have all the answers, but usually what I'll at least try to do is give them tools and resources that they can, use in their situation. So those are some of the
Yeah,
things that we've done in the community.
I can see how powerful this is. I mean, I remember when I was going through my divorce, it was it was challenging.
Mhm.
There's the emotional pain, and then for some women, it's the financial challenges that divorce brings about it, especially if you have children and you were a homemaker and your husband was the primary breadwinner.
Yes.
What kind of advice do you give to women in those types of situations?
So my situation was a little different because my ex-husband and I didn't have a child. However, he did make significantly more money than I did. So to be honest, I remember I was freaking out. I got stressed. I'm thankful. My sister, she was there for me. My mom, my dad, but she just made things so easy for me. So I can only imagine having a child, being at home. So definitely in that situation, I try to seek advice from women that I know that actually went through that particular thing. You know what I mean? But thinking ahead, if you're married right now, and prayerfully everything will be fine and nothing will happen. But in my opinion, I think whether you're a male or a female, try to have something on the side for yourself. And just you guys could discuss that, but just don't. I'm one of those people that don't like to put myself in a corner type thing. I like to have different things going on so that I can be prepared for anything. And I think that taught me that. So I think just then it's not anything sneaky. It's just have a discussion. Life happens. You have to be prepared. You have to have different streams of income, and you need to always be ready to take care of yourself. And if you have children, to take care of your children.
For sure, for sure.
Hi,
Perhaps.
Michelle.
Oh, hey, Michelle Fletcher, one of my favorite people. Good morning, ladies. Dr. Shashu Taylor has a huge heart for helping others. She certainly does. And Joanna says, what are some of the goals that you have for M.E.N.D?
Thank you, Joanna. That's my friend. Some of the goals that I have for M.E.N.D right now is to reach out more to the community and partner more with people because there's so many people that I meet through different things that I do. I play a lot of sports and different things. I just have different groups, and I'm always meeting people. And what I try to do is write down like that information, because I just want to partner more with people. And that leads into some things that are coming up for M.E.N.D. We have some events coming up in September and October. And what I want everyone to do is to go to the website. And I did see that Melissa had the information on the bottom of the screen earlier. Go to the website. We have a calendar there. So go to the website in September or August. I'm sorry, it is later in August. We also have our Facebook page at Men Families Corp. And I have an additional Facebook page at I'm Divorced Now What, where all that information will be. And I'm just looking forward to these 2 kickoff events that are coming up, and we want you guys to get involved. And if you have a business, I want to be able to partner with more people in the community.
Tell us about the kickoff event that you're doing.
So I can't give too much information right now because we're solidifying everything, but just know that it will be from September 1st through September 21st. September 21st is actually my birthday. So it's an event where we want as many people as possible. And I'm definitely going to post it on Melissa's page. And I want to say something, Melissa, I love your page, because I was saying earlier when we were speaking, I see so many people that I already knew that I didn't even know some of the things they were doing. I did not even know some of the things they were doing. So I think that that's very awesome.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much, Dr. Taylor.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and the show that she.
Oh, I can't hear right now.
Hey, sorry about that, guys. Had a little technical glitch. So Michelle says having that support emotionally during tough times is so important, for sure. Sorry about the technical glitch, guys. And Joanna says, excellence being friend and sister. Indeed. Hey, so Shashu, I know that you mentioned a while ago my page. I think the page you're talking about is our Women Getting It Done.
Yes.
Tribe, right? Our closed Facebook group for women. Yeah, do you know what? I think it's so important for us to collaborate, like you said, and create space where we can not only collaborate, but also support each other.
Yes. But that's how you don't know what you don't know. And if you don't say what you have going on, nobody knows. So once we see what somebody says, don't just read it and say, okay. I try to read it and say, wow, even if we can't collaborate, I know that, for example, Joanna's doing this. It will be nice for Joanna and Melissa to link up because they have similar things, or they can work together. So
right.
I think that's what everybody is doing, because it's significant. We all have a passion. We all have a talent. And I feel like that's the only way you're happy, is if you're fulfilling your passion, your purpose, that's the way you're happy, helping others.
Michelle says so many people are hurting right now. I know that Dr. Taylor has a gift for offering comfort within the community. She certainly does. So could you share with us a story of perhaps someone or a case study of someone that M.E.N.D was able to help transition into a better space?
Okay, that's a good question. I'm just thinking about, I have a lot of friends that have went through a lot, but I'll say this. On the page that I have, I'm Divorced Now What, there are people, male and females, because it's not just, sometimes people think, oh, she has this page, I'm Divorced Now What, it must just be for females. It's not, and a lot of males need support too. So when I'm posting things, I don't ever, it's always like for males and females. So on that page, I have had people write me messages, and sometimes they'll say, well, I wasn't married. So it's one specific lady. She's like, I wasn't married. And I'm like, that's okay. She said, I went through a tumultuous relationship. And, I sent her some resources. For example, at my church, there is a group that got started. It's a divorce group that we'll meet one time a week. And I sent her the information for that. And then there's also emails that you can get every day, 365 days a year. I sent her that. And over time, she has begun to heal. And she's begun to just share with me that, and a lot of people have shared with me actually, that coming on the pages of stuff that I post has helped them to heal just from just seeing that. My main thing going to the divorce groups it's called Divorce Care. I was trying to think of the name. Going to the divorce groups was that to know that you're not the only one going through this, because sometimes people feel like they're the only ones going through whatever the pain is that you're going through. So that particular woman, who I don't know personally, she doesn't even live here, but I know for a fact, based on what she's told me, that over the past 2 years, the page has helped her, and the information that I gave her about going to the divorce care groups have helped her. So that's a specific story I can think of.
That's so cool. And I can see how knowing that you're not alone, knowing that there are other people that's going through it with you, and that if you need support, you can find it. I can see how that could be really, really helpful. Joanna says, what are some of the personal goals that you have?
So my personal goals actually tie into, it came from going through my situation and came from creating the nonprofit. So one goal that I'm working on right now, actually, which I thought I would never do, because again, it goes back to I'm just a teacher, which is writing a self-help book, which I'm actually almost done with. It's a self-help book. It shares my story, and within there, it tells different things that I went through, the dark days, and how I really had to dig myself out of it. And I'm very serious. I'm very blessed that I do have so many friends and family who just were there for me. Like, I don't even know how to put it, but my goal for finishing the book is the end of August. It may take a little longer, but I'm almost there, and I'm just looking forward to getting that out there, because I think it will really be helpful to someone.
So I'm so happy for you, Shashu. Congratulations. So listen, when you have the book ready and you're ready to launch it, then we definitely want to have you come back to talk about the book. And then I'm happy to talk to you offline about a launch strategy. I'm happy to support you in that way.
Thank you.
That's so amazing. Have you thought about doing like an online course?
It crossed my mind, because with everything going on, I guess that's where it's going, So it crossed my mind, but I need to really actually probably do it.
One of the things that I tell my clients is to pick one thing, get it done in excellence, and then go on to the next thing. And it sounds like right now, your one thing is the book. So my advice to you is focus on the book, get it going, get it launched, get some testimonials, get some feedback, start building your community for the book.
Okay.
And then let's create an online course based on some of the techniques and the strategies that you teach in the book. And you can launch that could be your goal for 2021. So
okay, look what's going on here at the DunnWisdom show. She have I like this.
Yeah, that could be a 2021 goal, girl. You can do it. Hey, Sophia says you turned your pain into power. Ooh, powerful. She did turn her pain into power. Continue your work in supporting men and women. That is so true, Sophia. That is so true. And then Joanna says, who are your board members? All right, Joanna, I bet is Joanna one of your board members?
No, you would think so, right? No, that's my good friend. She's very supportive.
Oh, that's so good that you have a fan. I love it.
Very supportive. But my board members, wow. My vice president is Candace McCadden, and she actually, all of them are, except one, is on your page now, and she put a little introduction on there. But she has her own dance studio. She is an AKA, And she's gotten 40 under 40. And she just is like a powerful woman, a woman who works hard and just does a lot in the community. Then you have my treasurer, Paula Gilchrist. She is a guidance counselor. She also has her own business, Joy Events. And she also, another one, an AKA. And just, again, they do so much. Like, it's just, it's like we learn from one another. Then you have our secretary, Carlene Chung. She actually is working on getting her different licenses. And she also is an AKA, and she's worked at different nonprofits. She's also done grant writing. So that's an awesome tool and person to have in the board. And then Easter Anderson, she actually is a teacher and author. She's going on to her she's in the middle of launching her second book, children's book, and she's already writing her third book. And she actually meets with me and has helped me tremendously with my book. And she's a member at large. So those women always challenge me. I might have one thought process, one way of thinking, and then they always come back and say, well, what about this? What about that? So just having all those different people, with different experiences, it really helps, with being successful. Iron sharpens iron.
Iron sharpens iron. That is so powerful. Michelle says, that is so exciting, Shashu Taylor.
Michelle has helped me a lot too. I've met with her.
Michelle is amazing. Michelle is amazing. Thank you, Michelle. One of the groups, and then Keisha says, one of the groups that you and I both belong to is Black Girls Run. That's an amazing community.
I'm glad you brought that up. Yes.
That's an amazing community. And I think one of the things that is so helpful for women is for us to find our tribe. Isolation, we're social distancing, but that doesn't mean that we have to be isolated.
Definitely. We can't be, because when you're isolated, I just feel like, I always say this, anybody that knows me knows I always say that we're not on an island by ourselves. God did not put us on an island by ourselves. We're here for a reason, to help one another. If I'm over here on the island by myself, I'm not going to get as much accomplished. But when like the idea you gave, I wasn't thinking anything about that. But a lot of people see things in you that you don't see in yourself. And, sometimes you just need that extra boost. Somebody mentioning something to you. So we definitely, and I love Black Girls Run. And it's just a great community. It has made me accomplish a lot of my running goals that I would not have done if I didn't see other people doing certain things. It has, boosted my confidence, and motivated me. So that's an awesome community. I'm glad you mentioned that. That's how we met, through Black Girls.
That's exactly how we met. So Shashu, what's your, do you have any words of wisdom for women who are thinking about starting a nonprofit? What advice would you give them?
The main advice I'll give to anybody is, step one, get started. Get started. Write things down. Like at my church, they always say, my bishop always says, write the vision, make it plain. And you have to write, you have to get started, because a lot of people look at, the end result. They look at this big picture, or they look at somebody else. Oh, I want to be like them. But you have to get started. And what I had to learn was, things didn't always turn out the way that I thought they would, but that's okay. What's the next plan? Give yourself digestible bites for your goals. Well, today I'm doing this. By the end of the week, I want to accomplish this. And consistently work on those. Keyword, consistently. Some people say, I want to do this, and then I don't hear anything about it for like 5 months. And then they restart. Start and keep going. And you'll get so much accomplished by just little by little, bit by bit. That's what I've learned.
I love that. And keep going. Joanna is asking, how did they become your board members?
They became my board members because I already knew what different talents they had, what different experiences they had. And it just so happens that they were my friends as well. Sometimes it's not going to always be your friends. You have to understand that too. But I just knew what they had to offer, and I knew the knowledge that they had, and I know that they know me very well, and I know them very well, and it just helped make it into a smooth transition. I just thought of, oh, this person, oh, secretary, because she's secretary in this organization, she has that talent, so I kind of just evaluated it like that based on what I knew from, what they had.
Fantastic. And Jay says we are stronger together. That's so true, Jay. And as women, we have to stick together. Ethel is saying we're not on an island by ourselves. True that. Hi, Alana. She says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Lana. Thank you for joining us. So,
Melissa, I'm going to take a picture of this screen, okay? Oh. I just wanted to let you know I was taking a picture of the screen. Because, yeah, this is an exciting moment. Okay.
All right. Listen, Dr. Taylor, I want to thank you so much for what you do for our children as an educator. And I also want to thank you for what you do for our families in transition who are impacted by divorce or any type of loss. Healing is a very important thing. And when you have someone who will stand in the gap for you when you're in pain, that's really powerful. So thank you for what you do.
And I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to share with the community what we do and just, connect with us, because we want to impact and help so many people, and you're impacting and helping so many people by giving us the opportunity to share all these different things. And I love your lineup throughout the week of how you have it so organized. So I hope more people, everybody that's on here, continue to check in with Melissa, because she's doing big things in the community of Broward County, Lauderhill, etc.
Thank you, and so much value here. Thank you, Michelle. Which reminds me, everyone, if you're watching right now, please do like the page and share this video so that folks will learn more about Shashu and the work that Dr. Taylor is doing in the community. Colette, hey Colette, happy Monday. This is great. That's another one of our Girls Run.
Yeah, I've seen her. It's like I feel like I know some people because I see their names.
I know. Well, actually, Colette and I did our run before you can walk program through BGR. We did that together.
Black Girls Run, the Couch to 5K.
Couch to 5K program. We did that together a couple of years ago. All right. So thank you so much, Dr. Taylor. Any last nugget that you want to drop?
I'm going to say it again because sometimes people need reminders. Please check out all of our platforms because we have some amazing events coming up in September and October. And again, if you feel that you can connect with M.E.N.D in any way, maybe you have some type of talent or something, some kind of business, please reach out to me, email me, mendfamiliescorp@gmail.com, and I will be more than happy to discuss, because we have to get out there. We have to help people. We have to.
All right, perfect. Well, consider yourself a friend of the show and do come back to tell us about your book.
Stay tuned.
All right, fantastic. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us with Dr. Shashu Taylor. Tomorrow, we are going to be on with Senator Perry Thurston. We're going to learn more about him, his service to our community, and his plans for the future. Thank you again for joining us. Remember, be kind and loving to yourself. You absolutely 100% deserve it. Be well. See you tomorrow.